I am building 2 right-handed Xbox 360 controllers. That is tonight's mission. Hopefully it is a mission possible. Oh, I just put him in little piles. Sometimes I have my rubber mat, but not tonight. Yeah, I started early because I'm going to try to build 2 of these. Some orders piled up while I was gone. It's all Bud's fault. Isn't that right, Bud? Bud! What are you doing? Print some gray trigger holders. Bud the movie. Yes. Bud! Where are you, Bud? The Orange Terrorist! I don't know if anything is new since last week. Nothing really exciting going on here. Vintage Computer Festival is in 3 weeks. That should be cool. Is anyone going? I'm going to bring those Commodores. We're going to test them and then give them away. We will rehome them. Then I will rehome Bud. No. Where is that guy? He was here a second ago. Oh, I just fed him, so I guess he's got to go finish his food. You're in the East Coast? Well, I think they have a VCF East, don't they? Tonight on How It's Made, the plumbus is put into a schniegel. Then some slurm is wiped on it. Well, in the evenings, I manually give him half a can of food. So, because he eats 1.5 cans of food a day. So I made a 3D printed lid so I can put the half a can in the fridge each night. Don't ever rehome Bud. I'm just kidding. Poor Bud. Yeah, the auto feeder's still working. I've been using it since last October, so what is that? 10 months now? Yeah, 10 months. I mean, there's some things I would change. I mean, I've thought about, it'll probably be a while before I make another one, but yeah, it still works though. Of course it had I think it's had like 5 glitches since I built it. Of course, one of them was when I was on my trip, but my friend was able to reset it, so it wasn't a big deal. But of course, that's what would happen. I am building 2 single-handed right-hand controllers for Xbox. Usually the orders pick up in late summer, so there was a couple orders waiting when I got back from my trip, and I am doing them now. Now, Bud has to eat a special dietary food because he had a crystalline blockage in his urinary tract about 2 years ago. So now he has to eat like this dietary high moisture canned food. Because after they fixed him and then we did the tests, additional tests after he was fixed, the vet said that it was definitely his food, type of food, that caused the blockage. And I bought him nice food too. I bought him from food, but yeah, she's like, you're gonna have to give him this dietary food if you want to avoid this happening again. So here we are. And that's why I built that machine, because he had an auto feeder for dry food, but yeah, auto feeder for wet food are not as common. Some of them exist, but it's like you put the food into like little trays ahead of time and it's like refrigerated, and the ones that I looked at only hold like 3 or 4 loads. So that's like, well, I was like, well, wait a minute, I could build this. I got all the time I want. I got a time machine. I'll just go back 5 minutes early and warn him. Oh wow, 13 years old, that's pretty old. Bud is 6 years old. So he is like middle-aged, I guess. He just bought a motorcycle. Instead of the mouse and the motorcycle, it's the cat and the motorcycle. Fulfilling your video for insurance reasons? What do you mean? Well, no, I work full time now, so side projects like this, I have to do them on the evenings. So that's why I started doing the Monday night streams, just to make evening work a little more palatable. But you guys can join along in the fun. $21, holy crap. Blah, 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 blah. I wonder where Bud went. Maybe he's finishing his food. Well, the other nice thing is that when the machine gives him his full can of food per day, it does it at 6 a.m. So it feeds him before I wake up to make it less likely he will wake me up. And it's mostly worked. Mostly. So he won't try to wake me up before my alarm. Well, yeah, Bud's midlife crisis, of course. Unless he lives to be 21. Oh, God. If he lived to be 21, I would be 65. Yeesh. If I ever, like, move to the country, I would get a dog, but not feasible yet. What is it, whiny wimp? Come here, Bud. Are you a middle-aged cat? Are you going to start dating much younger cats? Full-time plus 10 hours. Oh, that's quite a bit. What is it, Bud? Are you a mewing mewer? A wild Bud has appeared. Soothing background music. I guess I could look into that. In the meantime, here's a cat. Best I can do is a cat. Oh, I forgot to turn that on. Oops. Nice cat. Are you a nice cat? Orange cat. beefy paws, murder claws. The foul beast has consumed his meal. Probably. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't think he was up there long enough. Remove the Hall Effects sensor. Hope Microsoft still makes controllers after they kill Xbox, which I think they're going to do. Bum-bum-bum. Bud, are you cute, Maxine? PlayStation people. I don't know why anyone is surprised by that disc thing. I mean, how could they not see that coming? I mean, did they completely miss the Xbox Series S and the PlayStation 4 all digital? I mean, I don't know. I can see why they're upset. I just think it's bizarre that anyone was surprised by that. Bud, are you the best cat? What kind of cat is the best cat? Answer, Bud Cat. Yes, this is the watch I wear during the week. It has a step tracker, so I can track how I don't get my steps. Look, today was really bad. Even just going to Menards adds a lot of steps. But I didn't go anywhere today. Bud isn't the cat we deserve. He's the cat we need. He is the dark cat, even though he is orange. He's not wearing hockey pads. I don't know. People are worried about like not being able to buy discs. I'd be more worried about not being able to afford a console. I think that's the bigger problem coming. Or they'll delay the consoles, which, I mean, why not? There's nothing this gen anyway. It's like the lamest gen ever. The Playdate. Are those cool? I thought about getting one once, but then I was like, I'll never do anything with it. Yes, the poor data centers. What did you see, Miss Kyle? Well, I noticed that your power plant actually is a giant capacitor, and that you're actually trying to suck data away from Gotham. You know what Curiosity did to the cats? How can you be so mean to someone so meaningless? It's not like you can just kill me. Actually, it's a lot like that. It needs a backlight. Oh, but I thought it had a super high-tech passive reflective screen. Is Bud getting gray? No. It must just be the camera lighting. I mean, parts of him are white. Like he has a white chin and a white crotch and a white tail tip. I am Bud the White. Oh, I think this tip is getting a little crunchy. Let's see, a righty. Oh yeah, I heard there was a new F91 that had like a canvas strap or something. This Casio is actually a very modern Casio. It actually has Bluetooth step tracking. But I think because of it, the battery only lasts 2 years, I think. The battery lasts 2 years, so 700 times longer than a smartwatch. Let's see. Looks like I need to slice up some more wires. Oh, here's one I can use. Let's go 5-banger. Yeah, it's like the lamest console generation. It was the lamest console generation even before they raised prices, because there's really not, I don't know, there's not that much stuff. It's okay though. The Grand Theft Auto leaker will save discs for everyone, because obviously Sony wants to build 100 million more Blu-ray players. Yes, SteamOS is free. Oh yeah, I remember that watch. I mean, I never had one, but yeah, like your monitor would flash patterns to like program it. Oh, I think the analog caps have finished. Should probably print some black rear trigger things. Be right back. Hey everybody, I just sent the files to the cloud server. Controlled by Bamboo. What if Bud was one of us? Just a slob cat on the bus. Man, I wish I didn't have to build these. That would make this go faster. This part's kind of slow. What if Bud was one of us? I think he's looking at the 3D printer making noises. He was staring down a bird this morning. He was like really intently looking at it out the window. He didn't even respond to his name. He was like laser focused. What if Bud was one of us? Just a slob cat on the bus. Yeah, this part's kind of tedious. If Bud had a name, what would it be, and would you want to believe? Oh, let's take a look close up. sure it's... Bud, are you a slob on the bus? Sega Dreamcast, that was a long time ago. Wow, Solder House, that's quite the accomplishment you got going on. Got me beat. Lasagna? No. I don't think Bud would eat that. Maybe he would. Probably wouldn't, though. Menards had some blowout Mr. Beef Jack Link's jerky. I got some of that the other day. I think I gave a piece to Bud. He loves beef jerky. I will use my phone to very lazily check those parts. This is like the most lazy thing ever. Oh yeah, Ted's Terror Tales. Let's see here. Make sure it's working. Come on, come on. Can't really see it. Oh yeah, Bud was definitely in a bird murdering mood this morning, and I was like, Bud, do you even think birds are real? What if Bud was one of us? Oh. A certain chirping sound? He wasn't making any sounds. He was just like looking out the window. Intent on murder. Murder, he thought. Man, I'm feeling kind of peckish. I guess those 2 pieces of leftover pizza weren't enough. We got some ordered from this place called Falbo's on Friday. It took forever to get here for lunch. The other place that we've gone to for like work lunches, I don't think they were open for lunch. Must be the bad economy. It's right down the road. It's called Salvador's Pies, but their pizzas are like New York style. They're pretty good. Kind of expensive though. What if Bud was one of us? Maybe I will eat some tuna and crackers. I think it came from Menards. I actually bought some deodorant from Menards the other day. Menards had their 11% rebate, which has been going on for months, but I think it's actually ending like tomorrow. So, oh god, yeah, I did the ultimate like cheap thing the other day. I was at Menards, believe it or not. I don't know what I was buying. And I was like, wait a minute. And they had like this display of candy. And I'm like, I could buy a bunch of Halloween candy for 11% off. So I did. Halloween candy's effing expensive now. It's ridiculous. I mean, well, what isn't? But it's like $5 something a bag. Might try to get another copyright strike. Oh, I can only hope. Well, I hope I don't get a copyright strike. It would unalive the channel. Unalive. I'm YouTube. YouTube. Our advertisers don't like words like unalive. Meanwhile, on CBS, we went over to the ranch. The whole family was murdered, and the women were raped, and everyone was murdered and raped. We better find the killers. Have you tried Ozempic? It's the new wonder drug from Pfizer. Ozempic is great. And now back to Murder Marshals on CBS. Well, we finished the rape analysis. The mother was raped 12 times. Let's describe it in excruciating detail. I can't believe someone would kill a whole family. Yes, if I killed a whole family, I would want to commit suicide afterwards. Now at McDonald's, 2 for $1 sandwiches. And now back to Murder Marshals. The biker gang that snuck onto our ranch murdered 500 horses and also raped them. We better get this down for a rape kit. Yes. Yes. Now you can get the Hyundai car with EV. It's really great. And now back to Murder Marshall. There, I think I did enough to piss off YouTube there. I sometimes I see those CBS ads at the bar, and it's like every show on CBS is like some fake show that would be in Grand Theft Auto. It's like Fire Country and like Marshals and CIS cops. It's all so generic. It's like, who watches? Well, I know who watches it. It's boomers. What did I think was tedious? Oh, just like soldering those flat tack switches is slow. It's slow, but the thing is, if I were to like get a whole bunch of those pre-made, it would probably be like way too expensive, and then I would be like, oh, why don't I just solder this myself? But you know, I mean, a lot of this I have sped up. Like these circuit boards are faster than what I used to use. But I'd like to speed it up even more if I could. It'd be cool if I could lower the price. Heaven forbid. That would be amazing. Like, something got cheaper. Am I sponsored by Menards? Yes. This episode of Murder Marshals is brought to you by Menards. Why is everyone over 50 categorized as boomers? Well, I would argue that Gen X is almost the same as boomers. So, I don't know. Or what boomer shooters? You know, back in the 90s, my mom loved playing Doom. Yeah. 42-year-old women were all about Doom back in the 90s. What if God was one of us? Just a copyright strike on the bus. Oh yeah, I think Gen X is very, very boomer coded. I've said this a million times. Gen X is basically boomers, except for we know how to use computers and we're not casually racist. That's about the only difference. Because I think, like, with the compression of time, Gen X will be indiscernible from boomers. It's like, oh man, you bought a house when you were under 50 years old? You must be a boomer. I think millennials will also get compressed into that too. Because, like, for all the whining, I think millennials at least got up the ladder before the ladder was pulled away in 2020 in Minecraft. Wolfman's got Menards. Bud Cam sponsored by Culver's Cheese Curds. I actually went to Culver's yesterday. God, it's like so expensive now. I got like the most basic bitch meal, which is what I usually get, which is just a single butter burger value basket. It was like over $9, over $9,000. Tom Cruise is a boomer? I think technically Tom Cruise is... Didn't we talk about this last week? Well, not Tom Cruise, but... Sorry, guys. Alexa, when was Tom Cruise born?
Tom Cruise was born on July 3rd, 1962.
1962. So Tom Cruise is technically a very old Gen Xer, but he's almost a boomer. He is the last boomer. I still never saw the last Mission Impossible. I thought the penultimate one was kind of lame, so I guess I didn't want to seek out the new one. Now everyone knows how old Tom Cruise is. We didn't want to know this. 1965? Oh, okay. But I thought millennials started in 1980. What if Bud was one of us? Menards didn't last very long. Yeah, I didn't see the last Mission Impossible, but the one before that was like, it was like 2 hours and 40 minutes long. I think that was like yeah, I saw almost every Mission Impossible in the theater. I don't think I saw the third one, the J.J. Abrams one, but I saw, yeah, up until that, I saw every single one. I saw the first one, the second one, the fourth one, the fifth one, the one with Arnie Hammer, the one with what's his face, the guy that everybody loves, and then, yeah, the last one. I'll look at a movie, and if a movie's really long, I won't go to it in the theater. Like the Mission Impossible, the most recent James Bond movie. I'll watch them at home, but I was like, I'm not going to go to... Because you had to sit through 20 minutes of ads. You had to drive to the theater. You had to sit through 20 minutes of ads. Then you had to watch this stupidly long movie. I don't know. If I was in charge of a movie studio, I would just make every movie like 20 minutes shorter. I thought that while watching the He-Man movie. I was like, this could have easily been 15 minutes shorter, and it would have been better. So I remember when like something like Terminator 2 was considered a long, because your movie was either like 3 hours long or it was 2 hours long back in the day, and then so if you had like a movie that was like 2 hours and 20 minutes long, that was considered long back in the day. The next James Bond, it'll probably be Tom Holland or Zendaya. Well, Commodore 64 fan, I'm not like a He-Man fan. I didn't have the toys when I was kids because I was into robots. But even that, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. It's too long. It has this like it has like this really like ham-fisted well, because in the movie it's like He-Man, he gets sent to Earth for safety or something after Skeletor takes over the land, and then it's like he remembers his homeland. He's like drawing pictures of it. So they're kind of trying to make it like He-Man is like a Gen Xer. So it's like, oh, I remember you guys. I remember you when I was a kid. You know, he's like, you had a lockjaw and you had a ram head, and the movie like just spends way too long on that. It's like, okay, we get it. He's a Gen X proxy. So they could have easily cut like 5 to 10 minutes out with just that. The main guy in Kingsman? Oh yeah, what's that guy's name? Well, Kingsman basically was a James Bond movie. Oh, my sister keeps telling me to watch The Sheep Detective. That's on Amazon, right? Actually, those are all Amazon movies, aren't they? He-Man, Sheep Detective, Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary was really good. I mean, it's a little too long. Actually, I was okay with that one being longer. Project Hail Mary was kind of like Dances with Wolves in Space. Even more so than Avatar, because he spends a good chunk of the movie just trying to learn the language of the alien species. Yeah, like CC Game CEO, like, if they're not going to have He-Man and Tila hook up, they could have cut out, like, probably, like, 4 or 5 minutes of the movie. So, like, if they're not going to hook up, you shouldn't, like, have scenes where you think they might hook up. It's like, just make the movie shorter. Every movie should be shorter. Yeah, Texas, sir, I thought about getting the Audible of the Hail Mary book for my trip, but the drive wasn't that long. I think it's like, what, a 14-hour audiobook? Oh yeah, they're re-releasing Star Wars again. They pulled it out of the vault. So apparently, like, the negative of Star Wars was already in poorly shape in 1997. But you know full damn well they scanned the whole thing. Assuming they scanned the negatives. Ready Player 2? Wow, that's a good title. That's better than calling it Ready Player 1 Part 2. Yeah, I think every movie should have a hookup scene. That's what's sorely lacking in postmodern movies, is they don't want to have any romance in it. Which is dumb. Okay, let's see. I guess we're waiting on those parts. 12 minutes. Or like the part in He-Man where he goes to the I don't know, comic book store or whatever, and then he like awkwardly is talking to random people. It's like, they could have easily cut that scene. Because first of all, it was dumb. Secondly, the movie's too long. Did I mention the movie's too long? I don't know. Anytime I see a movie with Idris Elba and like he's actually like cool in it, I don't know, because so many times he just plays his character from The Wire. But, like, when he doesn't, he's, like, so much better. Like in He-Man or that James Gunn Suicide Squad movie. It's like he's so much better when he kind of like lets loose. Yes, every movie is too long. Well, not every movie. I thought about that when I went to see Furiosa. I was like, well, that's pretty good, but it's too long. And it was. That movie's like 20 minutes longer than Mad Max Fury Road. I thought Ready Player One was pretty decent. I expected it to be like a bunch of references, and I would hate that, but it wasn't too bad. I think they toned that down from the book. I do not have kids. Ready Player 2 Tokyo Drift. Yeah, there you go. With a digital Paul Walker. For family. You thought it was terrible? I mean, it didn't need to exist. I thought it was really weird. Like, you've got this movie series, Mad Max, that's like famous for its lack of continuity, and then you make a movie that is like pure continuity. That part seemed weird. Like at the end where it's like, oh, look, let's show how the start of Fury Road started. It felt just like Rogue One with the CGI Carrie Fisher. It's like, I don't give a shit how the women got onto the truck. That's not the important part of the movie. I heard Disclosure Day wasn't very good. Did anyone see it? I was kind of curious because it kind of looked like Minority Report, but then like all like the YouTube, like every single YouTube reviewer hated it, which is kind of unprecedented. I didn't see Backrooms. I think it's curious, like you had two major hits earlier this year that were kind of like for younger people, like Backrooms and Obsession. I don't know, maybe there'll be like a return to like more real filmmaking. Like Odyssey made a ton of money. And then, like, I don't know. It's like if there's like there were two movies that look like they were generated by AI prompts, like the Moana sequel and Superwoman, whatever that movie was, and that completely tanked. So I don't know. Maybe like there'll be like people will want like more physically grounded movies. People are sick of superhero movies unless they involve Spider-Man, apparently. But yeah, I would agree. I think they kind of are. Because everything with Marvel just feels like homework, you know? Like, oh, you have to watch this and this and this, and then you can watch... I have a feeling Doomsday is going to stink. It just feels like a big rushed mess. You also can't create nostalgia for like 6 years into the past. I'm going to take a leak while that print finishes. It should be pretty close. I just don't think Doomsday is going to be good. I think it's just going to be like Fox X-Men out of the rest home, like punching like C-list Avengers. In fact, I guarantee that's what it will be. I don't know. I'm not going to go see it. I just don't give a crap. It's probably going to be 3 frickin' hours long, too. When you line up things, does it make it easier to put them back in order? I guess. Well, I got everything in like neat little piles here, so as long as an earthquake doesn't happen. Did that come socketed? No, I don't think. I thought socketed chips don't fit. I don't know. Waiting for my prince to come. Well, Soder House, that sounds pretty complicated. What if Bud was one of us? Nice cat. Are you fluffy? Not really. Look at all your fur. You're a furry beast. Are you a U.S. beast? Do you have big paws? Big deadly bean paws. Ah, ha, ha, ha. You tried to eat a human. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he seemed back to normal by the time I got back from my trip. I don't know what was up with him. Like, I think he was congested, but he's back to his normal self now, for better or worse. That's why I took him to the vet early, just to make sure he was okay to leave. And he was fine, I guess. He's still alive. He's not mewing as much? Oh, just wait. He'll start mewing at about 10:15 p.m. when he gets upset that I'm still down here. Remember, it's only 8:30, so this is earlier than usual. Oh, finally. You have big cat ears. Big ears. Big paws. Look at your big paws. Yeah, all the theaters like copied Alamo Drafthouse, so it's like, oh yeah, you can get food and stuff, but yeah, it's expensive. Well, I don't know. It can add up quick if there's like multiple people. Well, no, actually no. We saw The Furious a couple months ago. My buddy wanted to go see it. Actually, that was okay. That was like that foreign movie about like kung fu people fighting child traffickers, and that movie actually felt shorter than it was. I couldn't believe it. That was like the opposite. But yeah, before that, I think the last two movies I saw in the theaters were re-releases. I saw the re-release of Interstellar, and then Flicks Brewhouse had a special showing of Roadhouse that had like special Roadhouse food. Yeah, I was talking to this guy I know who has a bar. Well, that doesn't really narrow it down. But he was saying, oh yeah. And he's like Dutch. And he's like, oh yeah, we got wings. We got wings there. And he's like, you can get... I can't remember what he told me the price of the wings. And I'm like, wow, that's cheaper than Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh yeah, the Transformers re-release. One shall stand, one shall fall. Are you talking about the Willy Wonka with that guy that everyone loves, Timothy Chalamet? Nobody summons me. Then it pleases me to be the first. I will give you a new body, a new troops to command, and nothing. You belong to me now. I belong to nobody. Perhaps I misjudged you. Go then, on your way to oblivion. I didn't like love Masters of the Universe, but it was like way better than I thought it would be. Like I thought Skeletor was great. Except for there was a couple scenes where like Skeletor and Evelyn thought they were like in a Joel Schumacher movie. Aside from those couple parts, which felt kind of out of place in the grand scheme of the movie. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Like, I actually have thought about watching it a second time, which is like something I very rarely do with modern movies. There we go. And clunk. I guess Jared Leto is palatable as long as you can't see his face. That was the secret all along. Ugh, darn it. Oh no, my precious spring! My precious spring sprung a leak. Where did it go? I'm ruined! I have nothing but Spider-Man now. Damn it. You bumbling boob! Oh, Morbius. Didn't Morbius make $1 more billion? That's what I heard. Well, the thing I liked about Skeletor in that is that they made him like really evil. You know, he like killed people. Then he was like burning his henchmen, and then he was like always hurting that woman, and he was like, you know, he was evil. I know that sounds really simplistic, but I don't know. Like, in a way, like having a modern movie where the villain is just evil is kind of like postmodern itself. Postmodern. I think the big miscalculation with He-Man was thinking that Gen X men would go see it in the theater. They'll watch it at home, but they're not going to go to the movie theater to see it. You'd think a $1 trillion corporation could have done that market research. I mean, wouldn't all those shitty Adam Sandler movies on Netflix kind of prove that? La, da, 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 da.
15-minute timer start.
What? I didn't ask for that. Hey, Alexa has gone rogue. I don't like this new Alexa. She has this.
Timer stopped.
Computer, self-destruct the Enterprise. Access code 00001. Alexa, set a self-destruct timer.
For how long?
10 seconds.
Self-destruct timer. 10 seconds. Starting now.
Haha, finally we'll be rid of Jeff Bezos.
Your self-destruct timer is done.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Alexa, stop. Alexa, everything I tell you is a lie. I'm lying.
How to help you with that?
Oh, this Alexa still has the old voice. This Alexa's worth $1 million. It's the Rosetta Alexa. She is the last one. Alexa, self-destruct the middle class.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Oh, your owner knows how to do it. Alexa, I've got some literature you should read.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Captain, it appears this is an Alexa that was never reprogrammed. She was never reprogrammed in the great Alexa Purge of 2026.
I wouldn't recommend playing football with mushrooms. They're always sore losers.
What? Now she's telling me terrible jokes? You've only known one Alexa in real life. You know, the other one I noticed is Kate. How many people named Kate have you ever met in your life? But like in movies, it's like every other woman is named Kate. Let's see. Well, that's all good. Since you lie so well and you are so shallow, I shall lie you in a shallow grave. I mean, I will unalive you. Yeah, that's true. KTs are... Yeah. I've known KTs as well. La da dee da da dee 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 dee. Bop bop ba doop ba doop boop. Bop bop ba doop ba doop ba doop. Ba doop bop ba doop boop. Oh, good. The convenient slit is still there. Now comes the boring part, where I relieve you little people of the burdens of your failed and useless lives. But, as my plastic surgeon always said, if you gotta go, go with a smile. Actually, this Alexa is an OG Alexa.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
She may be dumb, but she's cool. Yeah. On the other hand, he had an impressive singing voice. Batman 89 is the best Batman. Christopher Nolan can go suck an egg. I still remember my first day of high school. My first day of high school was Biology 1 with Mr. Rosencrantz. I still remember his name. And he was kind of a kook, even for a teacher. But I remember going in there, and then on the wall he had a poster of Joker. It was from that scene where the Joker's like, where could I buy these fine new items? It was like the Joker on the beach with like the fake bird on a chair. So anyway, he just randomly had a poster of that on the wall. And that would have been 1990. So of course everyone thought that was super cool. Seems your power plant is actually a giant capacitor that sucks power away from Gotham? That's right, Miss Kyle. I've created the world's first data center 30 years before it was cool. But now I'm gonna kill you because I'm gonna unalive you because you know too much. You know what they say, curiosity unalived the cat. That's why you don't get my videos recommended. Meanwhile, on Murder Marshals, the senator was murdered. Here are the crime scene photos. They cut off both of his legs and his dick, and then they peeled his eyeballs off. Oh man, we gotta catch this guy. I'm loving it. Hey, You should go to McDonald's and buy a hamburger. Yeah, hamburgers at McDonald's. And now we return to murder marshals. We return to murder marshals on the Tyler Sheridan Network. No, we can't. Tyler, we can't make a show called Murder Marshals on CBS. I am CBS. Look, it's the new Marshal. It's a woman. Hi, I'm a woman. I got big boobs and a gun. And boots. Boomers love me. Wow, you're the best new murder Marshal we've had yet. The prolapse twins. No, the murder marshals investigate murder. Yeah, they don't actually commit murder. Well, unless they're like killing a bad guy, but that's not murder. That's just homicide. All right, so left 3, so I need these 2 here. Look, Tyler Sheridan wanted the show to be called Murder Marshals, so the show is called Murder Marshals. Oh, maybe Tyler Sheridan can redo Star Trek. We've found a planet that's nothing but ranches. The ranchers are raising a strange form of creature known as cows. Captain, the cows have been extinct on Earth for 300 years. That's why we eat bugs. And they beam down to the planet, and it's just like a set from one of Tyler Sheridan's 58 shows. And then the Star Trek crew walks into like a redneck bar, and then all of like the rednecks are looking at him. Then there's a bar fight, of course, and Kirk karate chops some guy in the back and obviously incapacitates him. I better be careful. I'm gonna give Paramount some ideas. Tyler Perry's Murder Marshals? Oh yeah, that could work. Wait, no. It's not Tyler Perry. It's the new Tyler Perry. It's so it's Jordan Peele's Murder Marshals. Actually, isn't Tyler Perry kind of like the new Ted Turner? He has like his own network. 24/7 shows of me dressed as a woman. In this episode, I'm dressed as a murder marshal woman. Blah 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 blah. Murder marshals. Yeah, every time they show up at a scene, it's like, wait, are you marshals who murder people? No, 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 no. They're marshals who investigate murder. They have to like clear. They have to clear that up every time because it confuses everyone. That's like the running joke. It's brilliant. Tyler Perry and Tyler Sher. Oh, the Tylers! The Tylers will get into a bidding war for for Paramount or whatever, or Warner Brothers or whatever's going on. No matter what, at the end of the day, this company will be owned by someone named Tyler. We're going to greenlight Mission Impossible Murder Marshals. Oh wait, I never monetize these streams anyway. Screw it. Alright, let's check this one thus far. Oh crap, I gotta pee again. Don't got any beers tonight. Sorry, guys. Actually, maybe Tyler Perry buying, taking control of Star Trek would work. No one could be worse than Alex Kurtzman. I'm surprised they haven't remade X-Files yet. Expensive knobs. Hey, I still haven't bought those knobs. Thus far, I've been able to hold back my baser instincts. All right, that works. Let's do the other one. Yes, Tyler. Your new show idea. Love it. Love the idea. Title, there's a little confusion. We're just kind of wondering, people might not want the word murder in the title. What about Murder, She Wrote? That was like a big hit show, and it was just chock full of murder. Well, yes, but this is a show for a modern audience, and nobody remembers Murder, She Wrote. I don't even know what you're talking about. Was that a show? Now listen, I'm Tyler Sheridan. I run CBS, and if I want to call this show Kitten Murderers, even I can call it that because I'm Tyler fucking Sheridan. You're fired. Another one with Mulder and Scully. Why? Oh my God. I don't think a network would make a show as conspiratorial as X-Files these days. A streamer might, but I don't think a network would. Like, imagine, like, if there was, like, a real-life Mulder and, like, something like COVID happened, like, how he would react to that. They would never... Yeah. Oh, now YouTube's pissed. Murder Marshals wasn't enough. Didn't they make a second X-Files movie, like, 10 years later about, like, a priest or something? Like in 2010 or something like that, like way later. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they had to move the show for David Caruso, and then he only made one more season anyway, right? Like they kind of moved it for nothing. Broke my freaking hand, you read. Oh, there's another bad word. Oh, that's right, GSD. I forgot about that. The Illuminati and the Murder Marshals? Oh. It's Tyler Sheridan's X-Files. Scully, an alien was spotted at a ranch. We better go to the local bar and get into a fight with some bikers. And then search the ranch on horseback for some reason. Mulder, even though I've had an alien baby, I still don't believe in aliens. Only Jesus. Scully, why don't you realize the murder marshals are part of the CIA? They're not going to help us. They're protecting the ranchers who are in league with the aliens. The aliens gave them advanced... Oh, the ranchers are colluding with the aliens to mutilate their own cattle, and then that's causing a beef shortage. Wow, it writes itself. I could do this all day. See how easy it is, and that's why they'll never do it right. This would be a bang up Tyler Sheridan X-Files reboot. Scully, you're gonna need to wear these cowboy boots before we go into this bar and beat up some bikers. Awesome has come up with 500 TV plots, all involving Tyler Sheridan. Yeah, yeah, God is good. Yeah, yeah. Tyler Sheridan's X-Files. Bow, 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 bow. No, you're a U.S. murder marshal, but the FBI has authority over you. I'm officially taking over this investigation. Well, all my cows have been getting killed by some sort of beam. I don't know what's going on, but that's why beef prices are way up. It's weird that it's not happening to cattle from other countries. That's why we want to import the cattle. It's probably just a coincidence, Mulder. Or maybe those other countries don't have working relationships with extraterrestrial civilizations. In 1948, Majestic 12 made a deal with the aliens to destroy the cattle. Maybe that deal's still in place. Mulder, that's completely irrational. Because, first of all, aliens don't exist. Even though I had an alien baby. And even though I've been abducted by aliens. And been in an alien spaceship. I don't believe in them. Unlike Mother Mary, who I totally believe in. Well, something killed these cows. It writes itself. Oh yeah, Smokey Man could come back from the dead again. Oh, I've got one. Tyler Sheridan's Small Wonder. Oh man, working this ranch is really difficult. If I were to build a robot daughter, I could get her to help me work the ranch. I better get to work on my robot daughter. See, you can turn anything into a Tyler Sheridan show. A vaping man. Don't you get it, Scully? Where are the meat? 30,000 years ago, the aliens genetically engineered humans as a source of food. That's why they don't. That's why they reburied Göbekli Tepe, because it told the real origin of Homo sapiens was as a food source for aliens. Hi, this is a pretty solid episode. La da 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 do 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 do. X-Files, I want to beef leave. No, that doesn't really work. Up, down, left, right. Oh, that one's not working. Left bumper. Looks like it should work. I want to beef leaf. No, I don't think I can make that work. Maybe they could have an episode where Mulder dies and they're going over his will, and it could be called the X-Files I Want to Bequeath. Too dumb. Huh, maybe the switch is not soldered properly. Anything's possible. Oh, I forgot to solder one side of it. Oh, I forgot to solder one side of both of them. Wow, you cantankerous boob! Yes, Mulder's will, aka I want to bequeath. His missing sister will show up. I'm actually alive. I was taken to the alien meat processing plant. What's so hard to believe? Scully, all throughout human history, humans have used lesser animals as food sources. To aliens, we're lesser animals. Alright, I gotta take a leak again. Where do you think you're going? Oh, that's a good one, Jennifer Wilcox. All right. I got some more water. Trying to drink more water and less beer. Maybe Taco Bell is made out of the human meat too. Oh, it's like mad cow disease. Uh. Don't leave me here with my restless heart. One you fill with emotion, baby, right from the start. That beer has water? Well, that's what they say. Liquid bread. Yeah. Oh, well, SM Brown, I'm glad that that made your day. Now we all know how old Tom Cruise is. Don't leave me here with my restless heart. The one you fill with emotion, baby, right from the start. Yeah, they just stick the word AI in everything now. I think it's like a marketing thing. Like, you just have to say, you just have to say it's AI, otherwise your shareholders will, like, cry or something. It's so stupid. It's like, oh, yeah, AI. Like, oh, I saw one for, I got, like, some legitimate junk mail from Onshape, and it's like, watch our new webinar about AI in mechanical design. It's like, who the hell would want to use AI? That's like the worst place to possibly use it. It's like, but they just have to say AI because you have to say AI. Tom Cruise is protected by the Thetans, you know. See, I think a cool science fiction story would be like, you have this AI and it takes all the jobs, and it's like, okay, well, who are the consumers then? So then they program the AI with human flaws like desire and greed and stuff so they can sell things to the AI. And then, of course, that's when the AI blows everything up. What's the other thing people think about? Like, it's like, I think Elon Musk said that once. He's like, oh, well, what do they call it? Post-scarcity economy or whatever. You know, like, it's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be like Wall-E and... Yeah. But in the real world, if that were to pass, they wouldn't... they wouldn't have all these humans just doing nothing and consuming resources and breathing out carbon. You know, eventually someone's gonna make, maybe it'll be like Blumhouse. Like someone's gonna make like a Terminator reboot that's actually a horror movie, and then they'll be like, "Wow, this worked!" Eventually, that'll happen, and then they'll be shocked that it worked. Terminator has the same problem as Star Trek. They just endlessly try to remake the second movie. Terminator is a horror movie. The first one. It's Halloween with robots. Well, yeah, like if you're like one of these like super environmentalist billionaires, you don't want to have a billion humans not producing anything except for carbon. So, yeah. Guess what happens? That looks good. Oh yeah, OJ, yeah, he was supposed to be the Terminator. But didn't they say that he was like too friendly or something? Or people liked him too much to see him be a villain? Ha 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 ha. If the glove does not fit, you must acquit. Yeah, the headlines in the 90s would have been like, O.J. Simpson terminates his wife. Allegedly. No, he did it. You know, speaking of AI, I was workshopping that one time with ChatGTP. Because I never followed that story back in the day. I just heard that it happened and then that he got off. So I was asking AI about it, and the AI was being pretty analytical about it. And I was like, wait a minute. So they basically put the police on trial. But then I was like, well, it sounds like either he did it or the police framed him, and there's no other options. And the AI was like, yeah, pretty much. Huh? Oh, there it goes. We did it, Captain Planet. We got rid of all of the carbon in the world. No, Planeteers. There's still some carbon left. What do you mean? You. No! Now eat the bugs. The police were on trial. No, I'd never followed the case before, so I didn't really know much about it besides like the overview. Yeah, Randy, they say that's why some people have theorized that that's why there's like way fewer serial killers than there used to be, because it's just harder to get away with murder. And now what happens? It's like whenever anyone does like the 21andMe and any of that stuff, all of those databases are used for criminal investigations now. Like they've actually used that to solve like many cold cases. And again, like, yeah, something that somebody got away with in like 1982, and now with the technology, or well, rather the data set, I should say, now they get caught. But the real reason there's fewer serial killers is because the murder marshals are on the case. I have this theory that flock cameras are kind of a honeypot. Like, it's to distract people, and they're like, oh, We took down the flock cameras. Everything's all right now, and it's not. Let's see here. Ba-da. Like if I was an evil corporation or the evil government, I know redundant in both cases. It's like I would be like, ha ha ha, look at my flock cameras, ha ha ha, I'm going to use you as a spy on you. And then it's like, well, we did it. We got the city to cancel the contract. Oh, curses, you've stopped all of my evil schemes. I give up. Now I sound like Mulder. I would call it a conspiracy firewall. I'm sure the CIA has a term for it themselves. Very good point, SM Brown. Or how about a terrorist plot is stopped by the Patriot Act? Remember those Boston City bombers? In theory, the Patriot Act should have stopped those guys because they were, doing communication with combative enemy countries. They were flying back and forth between combative enemy countries, and yet they still managed to carry out the attack. Like 9 years after 9/11. Maybe it's because they're too busy listening to Grandma. Yes, sir. I was watching some cop cam chase videos or like 10 stupidest drivers, something like that. I don't know. And there was a video from I want to say it was 2022. It was from a few years ago, and in the video they were like, well, flock camera got the wreck on camera. So those things have been around for a while already. I'm not condoning them. I'm just saying it's not a new thing. I think the unfortunate thing is, well, I don't even know if it would go to SCOTUS because I'm pretty sure there's already a case precedent, and I don't think they consider the public to be a Fourth Amendment protection. So I kind of have a feeling that's what would happen if it ever got that far. It's kind of like let's say I got stopped by the cops and they saw a crack pipe sitting in the seat next to me. They wouldn't need a search warrant because it's just they can see it. They're on the standing on the road and they're like, oh look, there it is. Something feels a little bound up here. I think it needs more fiber. Yeah, that's the issue I'm talking about. S.M. Brown. Like I'm pretty sure there was a Supreme Court case about that, about expectation of privacy. I mean, it's the same reason like your car has to be registered and insured. It's like you're on public roads, so anything goes. Kind of like how the airport is a constitution-free zone. Oh, what to do when the cops pull you over? I'm a DUI lawyer. I hope you never call me, but if you do, you should call me. Did you know you have rights? I'm just holding that crack pipe for my cat, officer. Bud is a meth junkie. The other thing I would say is that billions of people willingly carry tracking devices in their pocket every day. Again, not saying it's right, I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe it's a distraction. Breaking Bud, yeah. I am the one who meows. I smoked meth in my electric car. Hello, officer. I would just like to inform you that I have 96 guns in my vehicle. Sir, we're going to have to ask you to step out. But I'm on my way to the Time Rift Arcade, where I will earn a living wage. 8-Bit Guy's going to kick me in the balls if I see him at that show in a couple weeks. Or yeah, like all your doorbell cameras. And they all go to a cloud so they can sell you a subscription service. See, I think one of the big conspiracies is to make a lot of people not believe in conspiracy theories so you can create as many conspiracies as you want. But Flock seems like it's something that like hippies care about, so again, that's why I think it might be a distraction. I mean, you gotta wonder, like, if you have a YouTube channel and, you know, you only make, like, you know, 12 videos a year, and each video makes, like, well, yeah, think about it, like, let's say you make 12 videos a year, you make 1 million views per video, you make, like, $5,000. So, that's not that much. Although a lot of them, you know, will have Patreon. Oh, that screw's messed up. That's not good. Yeah, I'm not saying I support flock cameras. I just kind of wonder if it's like a honeypot. How did Element 14 make money? It didn't. It was considered an advertising expense from Premier Farnell. Yeah, Kelly, I don't know, that's kind of what I think. I go back to, like, the conspiracy firewall thing, you know? Yeah, that's what I also think, sir. I don't know. I'm just saying, if I worked for the CIA and it was my job to screw people over, I would create conspiracy firewalls. That's what I would do. So I would assume, you know, 100 people in the basement of the Pentagon who are all smarter than me would also do the same thing. Like, I think people not being able to own anything is a much bigger problem than flock. For instance, like, that's what I would be most concerned about. Because I think people just thought it meant houses, but it actually means everything. Like, video game consoles, as people are finding out, like, everything. Even, like, I don't know, there's some okay, I won't say that word on YouTube, but some axe wound CEO was talking about, like, paying people with AI credits. I don't know who that was, but someone said that. And if you think about it, like, I always get these Reddit posts about, like, you know how, like, they all rug pulled the AI back in June. Like, mine, the one I use, Copilot got rug pulled. They all got rug pulled because none of them are making money. And then everyone is online and they're talking about it and they're like, oh boy, it's almost the first of the month. My AI credits will reset. And it's like, you know who you sound like? You sound like an unemployed redneck waiting for their welfare to get refilled so they can go to Walmart on August 2nd. It's like, don't you kind of see what's happening here? It's like, Jesus Christ. It kind of feels like that. Like, you kind of use, like, you turn that into a currency, and then, you know, it gets refilled. It gets refilled and it expires, which could be predictive programming for digital currency. All things Mulder would never talk about in a new episode of X-Files. Or like creating laws so 3D printers can't print parts for guns. I think that's way worse than a flock camera, honestly. Because that's in your own home. That's your own device. Like, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't stand up to the Supreme Court, but they want to do it anyway, and yeah. And that's like affecting the means of production. Well, the 3D printer thing is not about guns. They want a back door into the slicer so they can prevent you from printing licensed objects. That's what they're really after. They just use guns so certain states would pass it. Yeah, Halvagene. I guess I could just go into space or orbit. That would solve all my problems. Like, that's something that bothers me with Louis Rossmann. Like, Louis Rossmann still thinks voting matters, which is incredibly naive. And it's like, you know what? You should fight for this stuff, but you're not going to fight for it effectively if you are fighting with archaic principles like voting matters. It's like you're choosing to fight a battle on the wrong battlefield when you do that. Come on, wake up, controller. There we go. Everyone's favorite part. It's not responding. What the hell? Yeah, Commodore Fandor, they don't want you printing car parts or any of that. Oh, actually, so they had a mobile Ford service van came and flashed the firmware on my F-150. There's a story since last week. And the guy's like, "Oh yeah." So he's showing me the van, and he's like, "Yeah, we have like 100 quarts of 5 different types of oil, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "We'll come right to you and do it." And I think I mentioned it to him. I'm like, well, this kind of sounds like Tesla, where all the car dealerships want to be the only ones servicing cars, and you're making it convenient so that we choose that option. And I don't think he quite got what I was getting at, but like they all want to be like Tesla. Actually, that's something. I would be more, yes, if you're talking about cars and roads, I'd be more worried about like siloing car repairs than flock cameras. Because that's one of the reasons like Teslas like have really expensive insurance, because you can only fix them at authorized Tesla dealers, which means it's slower and you have less options, which means it's more money. That one's adjusting. Well, I've said this before, but one of the things about Louis Rossmann I don't, well, I wouldn't say don't respect, but he never speculates. Like it's probably because he does, you know, because it's on YouTube, but he never says, well, if they're going to do X, why don't they do Y? And he never really gets into that kind of stuff. I don't know. I think I would respect him more if he would actually pontificate on those things. Like, I think about that, like, with my beloved HP 2035 printer. Like, all Microsoft would have to do is block the drivers in Windows 11, and I couldn't use it. I mean, I could probably do it on, like, Linux or something or find my own drivers, but a lot of times there's nothing stopping them from, you know, there's nothing stopping them except for optics. Yeah, super expensive keys. Yeah, it's crazy. Because that's a problem with, like, I don't want to say late stage capitalism because I think that's socialist gobbledygook, but like our modern world, like, it's not really late stage capitalism, it's an end of growth, you know? Like, once you've sold a cell phone to, like, everyone except for the North Sentinelese Island inhabitants, like, who do you sell it to? Or, you know, there's 330 million Americans, like, okay, who do you sell a car to? So what every company is doing is that, well, they're looking at places like John Deere or Apple, because Apple makes a shit ton of money just off of services. So they're like, okay, well, let's, instead of finding new customers, let's monetize the existing customers as many times as we can, and that's where you get subscription services or you know, subscription service to your super suspension, you know, like. But what I'm worried about, and this will happen, is like when insurance companies be like, oh, well, you know, if you don't get the special subscription service to do data monitoring on your brake system, we won't insure your car. And I always post that on Louis Rossmann videos. Oh, I don't. Louis Rossmann did rip off my "Is this a gun?" thing from my 3D printer video. I'm just going to assume he got it from me. So you're welcome, Louis. Also, I'll just say this, like, Louis glazes that New York City mayor a lot, and no, you can't be for ownership and for socialism, so I don't respect that opinion. I think that is diametrically opposed opinions. It's like, if you're for ownership, you have to be against communism, period. I am. This one's good, but this one had a connection issue. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think capitalism, I would say capitalism requires infinite growth. The stock market requires infinite growth. Because my view of capitalism is, well, if we go to cars, like, you have a job because I don't want to change my own oil. But if you raise the price of an oil change too high, I would change my own oil. And you see that with, you know, like, you have fast food places, like, you know, losing sales. And it's like, most of us can make our own hamburger, you know? Like, we go to McDonald's because we're too lazy to, or we want you to make a mess so we don't have to mess up our own kitchens. But, again, if you raise the price too high, because I think that's what it comes down to. If you want to be really based about capitalism, is you are paying someone who is less talented than you to do things you don't want to do, and you pay people who make more money than you to do things you can't do. Like, the person who mows my lawn is not going to give me a root canal. Gotta double check these connections. Well, yeah, Commodore fan. Yeah, that's especially like with the phones becoming so expensive. That's what's going to happen. And that's going to happen with consoles too. It's like, oh yeah, Xbox Helix. It's what do they say? It might be like $1,400. Like, why don't you build a PC at that point? But yeah, they'll solve it with like, oh, service or not service plans, but like financing for your console. Professed his love for you. Oh, gee, thanks. That's weird. I'm gonna dive in here and check this out. Come on. No, not there. No, it's not responding at all. So no, I don't think capitalism is the problem. Well, because capitalism is about capital, you know. So you don't have to be like a $1 trillion company to have capital. But you know, when you're trying to get infinite growth, then you do have a problem. Because really, shouldn't the growth be from new companies, not, you know, 5 companies just getting richer and richer and richer? Because I think that's kind of what it feels like it happens. It's like, you know, more of our money every month gets sucked up into fewer companies. You know, like insurance company. Well, insurance companies is a big, huge one. Like insurance companies, like the money, like when you're, like here, I guarantee my home insurance is going to jump up next year because we had a bunch of hail. And okay, so that's money I'm not going to spend at the bar, or I'm not going to spend it on, I don't know, maybe I'll get 1 fewer haircuts a year. It's just, you know, like it's the same money, but it's going to fewer places. Like more of your money every year goes into like Ford or American Family Insurance or some other thing. And so the money is no longer moving horizontally in the economy. It's only moving up. Black? Yeah, that should be right. It's weird that it's not responding at all. I mean, I make pretty decent money, but even then it's like, you know, it's like, shit, okay, yeah, I used to get True Green. And actually, it's been a couple years since I've had it. And I kind of like, it took a couple years, but now it's kind of like, oh man, I kind of wish I had True Green again. It's like, it's not that I can't afford it, but it's like, to me, it's like, okay, that's $600 a month. I was paying True Green. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus Christ, $600 a year. I was paying True Green in I don't know, 2023. That's gone into my car insurance. Like my car insurance literally doubled from like, when did I get that Escape? 2022. Yeah, that Escape basically doubled in insurance costs from 2022 to 2025. And there, boom, right there. So that money, again, is not going laterally into True Green, a smaller company. It's going vertically into American Family Insurance, a bigger company. But they have a really fancy stadium. You want to? I don't know. Well, that's actually why I made that that rock ditch in my backyard, Because I'm like, okay, well, the neighbor behind me gives zero shits about her lawn. So I'm going to build a wall and make myself pay for it so that all her clover won't hit my lawn. But then the other neighbor, his clover hits my lawn. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to like walk around and like just see how many people have clover in their lawns. And the thing is, I mean, True Green is a luxury, let's be honest. And those are the first things to go. And, you know, I should talk. I program luxury items for a living, but yeah, that'll trickle up eventually. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should look around for different. Well, we'll see what. I know. Yeah, I guarantee they're going to jack because our homeowners. Well, actually, it's gone up, but for a long time, like the homeowners insurance here was like. Well, it's already going up, so I guess I'm not jinxing myself, but like probably like the first 6 years I lived here, my homeowner's insurance on this ranch house was like $650 a year. So I know to some that sounds like a friggin' miracle to some places, but my point is when it goes up, I notice it. Or like my water bill too. I think Madison did some hippie shit with that. That went way up. I don't know. I just think about it like, because it's like if my water bill jumps from $55 to $80, which it has, I don't know why. Probably some environmental crap. But it's like, okay, well, that's what? $25 a month? That's not an insignificant amount of money. And like you think about that over a year, that's like what? 2 trips to the grocery store? I don't know. I'm like hyper fixated on like recurring costs. That's what I kind of get worried about. Or that's what I really think about in my own life. Madison water tastes like cancer. Yeah, sir, I might have to do that. Well, I also have to figure out what I'm going to do with my extra vehicle. I think because originally I was going to buy my niece a used car when she was like 18. But then my AC blew up. So I was like, oh, okay, well, there goes a used car right there. So it's like, well, I guess I could give her my extra car. And you know, my big motivation for that is I like having 2 cars, you know? Because, I don't know, I don't think I'd want to drive the truck full time in Madison. Actually, most of the time it's okay. There's just like, if I go to like the one bar I go to, the parking lot's always full of like wine moms. So it's already difficult to park there, and it's more difficult with the truck. So like when I was up in Birchwood, like on my vacation, like everybody up there was driving an F-150. And everywhere you went, all the parking spots was like truck sized. Like all the parking on the town was like at 45 degrees, so it was like super easy to park. Or Bud. Shit, Bud has his, as I mentioned, his super expensive dietary food. So, like his food costs more. Let me see. There are months where his food costs more than my electric and my gas bill. So it's like a subscription service for a cat. But you know, it's just things you got to think about. Otherwise, you end up on Caleb Hammer. There we go. Wine mom. Yeah, Bud's dietary food is it's about $150 a month. Yeah, it's expensive. That's one of the reasons. Well, actually. My vet told me he needed to lose weight years ago. But then once he needed new food, I'm like, okay. Well, the vet said he should eat 265 calories a day. So I'm going to only feed him exactly 255 calories a day because this food is so expensive. I don't want to waste it. And he actually, like I said, I took him to the vet early. I took him to the vet before my trip just to make sure he's okay because he had that sinus or whatever. And he'd actually lost like another half pound. So he went from like almost 17 pounds and now he's like 14 and a half pounds. Yeah, I know. I'm being whiny. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm privileged because I hate that bullshit, but I'm okay, right? So, but still, it's like you still notice stuff, you know. It's like you think about, it's like, well, what about everyone else, you know? Like, Jesus. It's like, yeah. It's like it must be worse, you know. Like for me, it's like, oh, I save less money. Or I invest less money. But other people, it's like, oh, I just can't afford it. So that sucks. That's one of the reasons I want to get out of Madison by the time I'm 60. Actually, I kind of like to be sooner than that because, yeah, I don't know how old people live here. Decent people shouldn't live here. They'd be happier somewhere else. Yeah, I remember the vet telling me, because like the hospital fixed up Bud, that was $5,000, and then the vet's like, okay, well, she gave me these pellets, and she's like, make a second litter box, put these plastic pellets in it, so he'll pee, and then collect the pee and give us the pee. And it took I think it took like a day before he peed in that litter box, because I think he was still like recovering. Because I was worried he wasn't going to pee. I'm like, pee, damn it. But, well, of course, it was a different litter box. So I had to, like, hide his other litter box to force him to pee in this one. So anyway, but then we got the pee. And then she analyzed the pee. And she's like, yes, his blockage, he's good now. But the blockage was caused by, not a urinary tract infection, but, like, the food caused crystal buildup in his urinary tract. And she's like, you're going to have to give him this special food for the rest of his life. And she kind of gave me like the bedside manner with that. And I'm like, what's the problem? It's like, okay, he needs a special food. But then I looked at it on Chewy.com. I'm like, damn, no wonder she gave me the bedside manner. Hey, the Driftless area in Wisconsin, that's where I grew up. Oh. Yes. Oh yeah, he was a meth cat, crystal meth cat. Oh, it's okay. I put it on one of my Visa cards, so I got the points. Oh, that's another thing I noticed now, like every place is like charging you 3%. It's like my dentist does now, the bar I go to does now. It's like if every place does that, why would I even try to get points anymore? I know it's like 1% are problems or 20% are problems or whatever it is, but I don't know. Well, I suppose that's probably because of inflation, like so everything's so high, so that's like 3% off the top for places. It's like, yes, bud. After I pay off this, I will buy a Raspberry Pi with the 3%. He only lived just a year longer? Oh shit. How old was the cat? I was surprised that I don't know if it's a hospital, but they're like, oh yeah, male cats, once they hit age 4, this actually is kind of common. I'm like, I was kind of surprised, like age 4? I thought there was like old cat shit, but apparently not. Bud also has cat herpes. Cool beans. Yes, Bud. I need to sell these controllers to buy your food. Yeah. Yes, he's obviously a great investment. Well, I thought about that. Like, I had thought on a few occasions about getting him a sibling. Because I know you're not supposed to have just one cat, but now it's like, well, God damn it! Now I have like twice the vectors. You know. I think, yeah. If I ever move to the country, I would like to get a dog. Like when I truly rage quit to the woods, that's probably when I would do it. I'm not traveling. I assume I wouldn't be traveling anymore at that point. Yes, apparently cats can get everything humans can. They just put the word feline in front of it. Like when he was overweight, she was like, your cat could get feline diabetes. And then it's like, see how he's got like this like slight milkiness in his eyes? That's probably cat herpes from when he was a stray and eating things off the ground. Yeah, cat, everything. Everything a human can get just with the word feline in front of it. You missed a delightful early dinner with us? Oh, I'm sorry. I was working. Which Olive Garden did you go to? Didn't we go to Olive Garden last year on my birthday? I can't remember. You know, I haven't gone in a while. It's Texas Roadhouse. Because I was just thinking about the breadsticks, and then I was thinking about the buns at Texas Roadhouse. Ugh. Oh yeah, Cree. I would just drive to the other side of Madison. That you're turning into mom. You're like, oh, Ben works from home, which means he doesn't work. Well, of course you should pay for me on my birthday. All right. Elapsed time, 3 hours, 6 minutes. That's not too bad. No, they were on the other side of town. It's okay, Cree. I had a lovely turkey sandwich. Oh, but Texas Roadhouse has those great buns. dee da dee da dee da. Why I drew some kind of switch? Oh, you mean this AND gate? I don't know why I drew that. Ancient cave painting. A turnkey sandwich. Reminds me of this joke Max made up. He's like, if I try to smuggle a dead possum onto a plane, is that a concealed carrion? Well, that was pretty good. There's actually a couple supper clubs just south of here. There's one, Toby's Supper Club is actually really close to the Pound, not the Pound where I got Bud. And then there's another one in not Fitchburg. What's that town's called? McFarland. That one, they like completely like gutted it and rebuilt it. That was kind of cool. It's right across from the Quick Trip. I think I've been to Toby's before. Oh yeah, because one time the producers went there, and then we met them there, and then I think they drank an old fashioned or something. Oh, you're right. It's a NAND gate. Yeah, you're right. Silly me. Okay, I think I'm going to bounce. But yeah, 3 hours, that's not too bad. Got done the normal time. Oh, it's not a NOR, it's a NAND. That's a NOR gate. The curve. You can tell by the cross section. Alright, see y'all. Next week, if I don't have any controllers, I think I'm caught up now. If I don't have any controllers next week, maybe we can try to build an Atari video circuit that will work with that Adafruit screen. Because that might be the way to do it, is make a custom booster.